Hello, I'm Sztygris. I will review the game from Iglo. This is the game between Boriss and Dalock. And it was a very interesting game, but a bit sad, because it ended in a not really great way. We will see. The first Joseki is very standard, nothing to see there. White takes the Shimari, and black plays on the side, which is fine. The side is important. We can always take the corner, but taking the side is okay. We have the Joseki, and black did not play in the usual way, but this move is fine, especially in this situation. And I like to play here the solid connection. Black plays this one, we can change this, and we usually add a move like that. And this is even the result. But it is not the only option, and white played this one. This is a bit strange, because it looks like black can just get this in the center, and then I think it is worse than this result, because black has the corner. But white does not connect here, but play this one. And it is hard to believe, but at least for me, it was hard to believe, but this is a Joseki, black can capture, and we can play the Atari. Playing this Atari is more important than it seems. The idea is that black cannot really play this ko, like if we play like that, and black tries to make the ko bigger. We don't have any ko that is big enough, so we cannot play it. And generally we assume that white will get this exchange. So white will get some influence, and black will take the corner territory. This is alright for both. In the game, white connected, and I think we should not be afraid of this cut, because we have always this incentive. This black cannot ignore, and then we can capture the stone in the ladder. So we don't care about this cut. We need to think that we will get this incentive. And now we would not play here, because it is too slow. We would play something like that, for example. Maybe get some pushes, and then we can extend from the stones. Anyway, it was similar. White got the influence, and black got the corner. The only difference is that black got center by playing the move, and then we don't really need to answer now. So white gets this one. So it could have been better for white a bit. And now black tries to play on the left side. And the left side is the most important. We can see that it does not have that many free liberties comparing to the lower side. But the lower side is much less interesting, because we are low on both sides for black, and it will be hard to get a big territory or more there. We can be very easily flattened by white, and it will also be easy to invade as white. So playing on the left is, I think, correct, but I would not choose this move, because it is very easy for white. I think it is time to make some invasion. Maybe this one. Maybe we can start with moves like this. Generally in this Joseki, those are possible weak points that we can try to use. Maybe we can just play the shoulder hit. And after that, probably the result will be similar to the game, but a bit better, I would say. In the game it was like this. White came back, which was very solid. And black played not the Kusumi, but Keima. And I thought that Keima is a bit a bit slack. Maybe I would like to play something like that to reduce more. But in fact, it is okay for black. The whole sequence that was played out makes the game even still, so it is, even if it is a mistake, it is a very small one. And it was surprising for me, because I thought it is too easy for white. White got to the territory, and black does not have that strong shape, because we have some weaknesses. This is my reasoning, but in fact it is alright for black. In this game, many times I thought the game was better for white, but in fact it was not. And generally black agreed with my judgmental position at the end. We will get to that. So black played the Tengen. Tengen is sometimes the strength, but here it makes sense. And white needs to reduce the upper side. The upper side is the most important. And I thought white did it very well with reducing. You can see. Maybe I would go deeper to the corner. Later white played the move like that, but I would play it sooner. Because if we make some group here, that would be more or less leaving, then maybe we don't need to reduce the side from this side. We can always do it from the other. So black would try to surround the pawns, then we can just go from the other side, for example. This move is rather slow. I don't think black needs to answer to it. In the game black answered, but if we don't answer, what can white do? White can play attack. But we can sacrifice the stone. Maybe like that. I think black is fine. I don't see how white can get more from it, because this cut is not really great. And there is no other moves. So white played the N12 again. I would still try to play some move near the corner. The corner is big. Maybe white was afraid that later black can try to cut, start some fight. But I think white should be fine. Okay, so white reduced the upper side. I think white should be fine. White should be able to connect his groups. And black turns to the lower side. On the lower side there is a lot of space, as we said earlier. But only now this is the biggest place on the board. And black chose a very natural move. When we add these stones that are here, now it is much easier for black to take territory on the lower side, and it will be harder for white to invade. So the side became more interesting. I wonder if we could have played there instead of reducing the upper side, because upper side is rather small. In the game white play here, and I don't really get this move. I know that black wants to play there because we want to make our territory bigger. We want to connect the territories. But it is a good time to invade. If we invade somehow, then this territory will not happen. We only need to leave with our stone. So I would much rather start with something on the lower side. And then maybe go to f6 as a reduction. So black cut, and now it become this exchange may make it a bit harder for white to leave. So it was better to invade first and then think of the move like f6. Now, The sequence was complicated, but it is not easy to kill this white group. We will see it. For example, this was center, and white has ideas like that. But maybe we should have played now. The idea is that black will connect, and then we have very easy way to make an eye. Is it in center? I think it is not in center. Or maybe it is. Let's say that white will get another move and black would ignore. Can we make some living shape? I don't think so. We can get this, we can get I'm sorry, this. Yeah, this is only one eye. So it is not so great, but one eye we can get always, which is good. I think it was important to get this one. It starts to make some eyes and prevents black from peeping. Here black made a peep and white ignored, but now we will lose the 2 stones. This is a lot of territory. And generally I think black played this too fast, because it is only territory, I would say. It takes away the eye here. So I understand. Maybe it's all right, because white needs to answer, and even if white needs, if white leaves, then these 2 stones are already dead, and we have some territory. Oh, generally black took this eye, so white can only make one eye. But white eye, one eye here. But I think it is better to take this eye away. This is more points. White can still make this eye, but this is not a lot of points. We can live with that. And still white needs a second eye. Or even better, we can just take this eye, which white can get in more or less center. This would be the best way to try to kill. If white will make this eye, then we kill. If white will make this eye, then we also can kill. So it looks very hard for white. We took the wrong eye. We took the eye that is not really a center. The only added value to this move is that later we can get this in center and we can capture 2 stones, for example. But this is not really important. So there was some misplay for black with killing the group. Here also it was a bit strange, because we only need one eye and we can get it very easily like that. This is one eye. We need to be a bit careful with this move. Oh, maybe it is not so easy. Maybe it is not so easy. Maybe it is. It's alright, because after this white can always play like that and get an eye like that. So we can live with this move. And in the game, white played this way, and now black can start a ko. And the ko is this ko is very big. White played the local ko threat, and I think black should just ignore and let white live like that. We get some additional points, and later we can also live like this, and we get center. In the game, the problem is that in the game, black played some ko threat. It was not the biggest ko threat, the best ko threat, but let's say some ko threat. If white captured, then black needs to answer. Otherwise, we die in the corner. So there is a ko, I think, but it doesn't matter. Black needs to answer. So we played the ko threat, but we don't have the time to fulfill it. In the game, it was not a ko threat that was played. It was just a big move. Maybe not big, just some move, but it's got But if we played some cofret, it would be hard to capitalize on it. So I think the score is very hard for black to play. We should be happy with just ignoring the local cofret and getting some additional points. It would be better than the game. In the game we had not, we did not have these points, and we got 3 additional points there, but also we get center now. So center is worth much more than those 3 stones. Yes, now white has center to play somewhere else. And because white lived in center, again I thought this is better for black, because before the killing the smile with this group and killing it was more or less even. So if white successfully lived, it should be good for white. But in fact it is not good for white. Black got some additional territory in this area, so black is fine. The game is still very close. Here it would be a good monkey jump if it was center, but it is not center. And general rule says that the monkey jump is good if it is in center. If we can play it in center, then we should play it. If it is not in center, we should think about some alternative. Maybe the shorter monkey jump, or maybe even just like that. I think this is the way to play. We can get a lot of points in center, and all of it is in center. And the game variation was not in center, unfortunately, for black. But even that did not make black lose this game. It is still even. Here surely we need to just take this one. If we play like this, then we even get center. The black move at J1 was just a mistake. It is a big move, but not as big as we want to play it now. I think like moves even like that or whatever can be bigger. The game continued, and white found this nice Tesuji. This Tesuji more or less captures the stone. We can see that black will connect and will not be connected really. And here it is very similar. We connect this way, then we also cut. But what black can do, we can just give up this stone because it is not as big. And in exchange, we got this J16 move. And this J16 move is bigger than it seems because it allows black to go further to the upper side. We can get something like that in the center, at least. So what we lost, we got back, more or less, on the upper side. We can even consider trying to find a move like that, but I think it is too much. I think it is a bit too much. We can just play the hand. And the game is even. We can count it, and it should be alright. At least according to some OGS estimator and AI. But the game ended because black just resigned. And this is very sad because we should not resign the game that is even. I think that black calculated that he is losing by 10 points at least. But 10 points is not so much. If we lose the 10 by 10 points, we should not resign. We maybe should look for some way to get some extra points, maybe create something difficult. If we cannot find, usually we just finish the game. The margin is not so big, we can always be wrong, and it is better to see what will be result in the end. In the game, black just resigned, white won. Very sad, very sad. But I have to say that in this game I also felt that black was behind many times, and I was mostly wrong, I would say. The game was very even. And if black would play the bottom sequence better, he could have just he could have won easily, because if we get at least coder and get something big out of this score, or maybe kill white, then it's game over, more or less. Okay, let's sum up. This move is a Joseki, and this is also a Joseki. It is very strange Joseki, but we can play like that. It's alright. But we don't need to connect. We play like that. Because we assume we get the R4 move in center. If black will connect, it is also fine. So we can play like that. Oh, here. Sometimes it looks like we need to add a move, but we don't need to add a move. This was the moment. There are much bigger moves to be played on other parts of the board. This was a slack move by white, but black answered. I think it is better to just go into the lower side territory, because we want to do it anyway. We don't want to give up the whole bottom side, so it is better to invade sooner than later. If we made some exchange, then it will be harder if we still want to invade. So let us invade first, and then we will see what happens. If we leave, then we don't need to reduce from this side. We can reduce from the side of our group. And there were some technical mistakes for white with leaving with this group. I think this move was crucial. And in the end, we should not have this core, but just play this and have an eye. Surprisingly, it was even. Oh, and we should remember, we only play the monkey jump if it is center. If it is center, then usually it is good. If not, we need to find another way. Do this one. It should be better. And don't resign when you are not sure you are losing. This is the last thing I want to say. Anyway, that would be all from me. Thank you for listening, and I hope you will listen to me next time. See you.